Recently, I've been loving a new rising talent in the Japanese rock scene. His name is aryy. Through his solo projects, collabs, and work in the group Heaven, he's cultivated a really unique artist identity that just hits all the right buttons for me. I've been keeping up with him for a little while now, and since he just dropped his debut album, I figure now's a good time to do a video. I first came across aryy from the group Heaven, where he collabs with Lil Soft Tennis and Rion 4. Through this group, he's been a part of two pretty unique mixtapes, 2021's Air and 2022's So Wet Boys. These projects blend hyperpop, rap, and rock in a lot of cool ways. Some of his most notable standouts from this group are the songs Bolt and So Wet Boys, which are both stupidly addictive. I did a whole short on So Wet Boys. It's the weirdest song I've ever heard in my life. I love it. And then from there, I made my way over to his solo work, where he made his debut with the 2020 EP Nostalgia King. This EP is, let's just say, iffy. One song is amazing, but the rest of it really is not. Too much of this just isn't fully formed. Like, he had some ideas, but didn't bother to execute them at all. Take the opener 12, for instance. This sounds like a half-complete demo and not an actual track on this EP. The incredibly cheap plink-plonk sounds just do not work at all. There's also Made For You, which again is just way too simple. The one guitar riff looped for 2 minutes just does nothing. The banger here is sandwiched in between those two. It's the second track, Kyoto, featuring Lil Soft Tennis. The instrumental's a bit simple here, but it's got enough meat to it that it feels like an actual song this time. aryy also brings some fun melodies and hooks that were lacking on the other tracks. Add in one of the better rap verses I've heard from Lil Soft Tennis, and you've got quite a solid indie rock song. This inconsistency was phased out a lot on his next release, 2022's Alien EP. This is immediately better. The title track is maybe my favorite song he's ever done. It's a really smooth electronic rock song that borrows a lot of traits from stuff like bedroom pop. It's carried by an awesome synth riff that would work great in a shoegaze song. The vocals are also a lot better on this than on Nostalgia King, and it feels more like an actual song and not just a half-baked demo. Clear Water is the next one, and it's pretty decent, but definitely not as good. It's a lot more of a rap song, and it's a lot more reminiscent of some of the songs on Nostalgia King. There's more to it than those songs, but the instrumental is still pretty bland. Ah is the last song on this short 3-track EP, and it's mostly just a worse version of Clear Water. It's a very similar song, but gets rid of the good vocals, so it's not as good. Now let's get to his recently released debut album, Me and the World. It starts with a track that was both the lead single for this album and my favorite song on it, Emotion. aryy has solved his problems with overly simplistic songs on this album, and that's immediately apparent here. While he's always dabbled in the style with Heaven, this song is a lot more recent hyperpop trends. There's tons of auto-tune layered on top of some 808s and some super crunchy synths. Despite that, aryy still throws a lot of his unique brand of rock out here and brings some amazing melodies to the table. Despite being a somewhat repetitive 2-minute song, it feels fully fleshed out, unlike a lot of his earlier work. It's super energetic and pumps you up no matter how many times you listen to it. It's really catchy, I love it. The next track, Trying, removes a lot of those hyperpop elements and is more of a typical guitar rock song. It's got a nice driving drum beat, which helps to create some really hype moments, and another really catchy chorus. It's super addicting, and I've been finding myself constantly loading it up in the queue when I'm walking around campus. It's got a really good vibe to it that just gives me good energy. aryy hasn't really made any other songs like this, but I'd love if he did, because this is right behind Emotion for me as my second fave here. This album has a really strong start. Third song, Summertime, starts a trend that continues through the rest of this record. This is a lot more inspired by dream pop, and at times it's even a bit shoegazy. It's another guitar-driven pop rock track, but the instrumental has some extra layers to it. It's a lot hazier, and it goes from a quiet verse to a loud wall of sound in the chorus. It's designed to get more emotion out of you, which is really apparent when that chorus drops and everything does its big, noisy wall. That emotion is helped along by a mellow feature from Nobuki, who drops a pretty bittersweet verse that fits well in the song. This one hasn't ended up in my rotation as much, but I definitely enjoy it when it comes on. Then there's Me and You Against the World, which is mostly just an ambient interlude. It's a decent vibe, but nothing more, and nothing you could ever listen to separated from the album. Plus, the heavily processed voice that's just spelling out the title is dumb. In My Life is a very simple song, but I still enjoy it. It's very similar to Summertime instrumentally, with a guitar-driven instrumental that's taking a lot from dream pop. On this one, aryy actually changes up his vocal style to be a lot more breathy. I think that helps to bring a lot more emotion to the song, and that emotion helps to overcome the very basic song concept here. It's just a short verse and then him repeating the phrase, "in my life" for 40 seconds. There could definitely be more to this. It's not as basic as some of the songs from Nostalgia King, but it for sure could have had more substance. However, I do enjoy it, and it's a nice tonal shift in the record. It's just not one I'm coming back to super frequently. Bleach is the penultimate song, and it's also my least favorite song. It's not bad by any means, but the extremely repetitive vocals just get on my nerves. In My Life had at least a solid vocal performance to mitigate that, but aryy just kinda gets me upset with this one. Instrumentally, it maintains the dream pop motifs, but fails to keep the emotional thread that the last couple tracks had going. It also brings back the 808s that were present on the song Emotion, but they sound way out of place here. This is just kind of a miss. It's honestly more annoying than anything else. But luckily, the last track, Naked Feels, is better. It's easily the most bittersweet song on the album, adopting another dreamy instrumental that, just like Summertime, takes more from shoegaze at points. The tempo is slowed down a lot here, and it adds in some piano touches to sell the mood. aryyy's also bringing some more amazing melodies to this song, something that's been absent since Trying. The main thing I wish could be improved here is that this song needs a bit more of a distinct chorus. It feels more like 3 minutes of aryy rambling. It has a cool instrumental and good vocals, but there's not really a lot of structure to it. I think it could have been written a lot tighter and had more cool moments. It's another track that I enjoy, but it hasn't found its way into my rotation in the same way Emotion and Trying have. And then lastly, there's a title track. That's just 30 seconds of aryy walking around his house and stuff. And that's Me in the World. I honestly don't know if people will enjoy this album as much as I did, but this just hits all the right nerves in my brain. This kind of emotional electronic indie rock just does wonders for me. And if you're in the same boat, definitely check aryy out. Me in the World's only like 20 minutes long. It's not a long listen at all. aryyy's shown a lot of improvements from Nostalgia King to Alien, and even more from Alien to this. I think he's an artist you need to watch going into the future, because if he can keep improving, he's gonna make some really special stuff. Since this is basically an album review, I'm gonna give Me in the World an 8 out of 10. I like it. I've been listening to it a ton recently. I have a lot of plays on Emotion and Trying. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. If you got anything you want me to cover, comment it, and I'll check it out. Bye!